Hello and welcome to the Seer 365 sessions. Every week I have a conversation with an interesting character from the world of Microsoft and technology, and this week is a slightly different one. So as you can see by my background, I'm not in the usual setting of my shed at the end of my garden, but this week I've spent a few days with Sana Commerce in the UNESCO Heritage site in Rotterdam. I'm currently in what used to be a vault, so if I don't make it out of here, please send somebody to come and rescue me as soon as possible. But whilst I was here, I thought I'd have a conversation with Ruben Mink, who is the CEO of EMEA and APAC at Sana Commerce. So it's a pretty short conversation. We'll have a longer one later on in the year. But whilst we were all together, I thought it would be fun to have a conversation with him about the state of e-commerce in 2023. I'll be here live. So this is recorded. I'm about to show a recording. I will be here live. So if you've got questions, please put some in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. I know some of the Sana team will be watching this as well, and they'll be able to give you commentary as well. So without further ado, thank you very much for coming today, and I'd like to introduce you to Ruben Mink. Over to you, Ruben.
So welcome to the Seer 365 sessions. Special one. I'm currently in beautiful Rotterdam at the Sana HQ, where I've spent the last 2 days at the Sana Partner Success Days. Been a great couple of days, and we thought we'd take this opportunity to meet Ruben. So Ruben, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about Sana?
Yes, of course. Thanks, Richard, first of all, for having me in your podcast, and also for being here the last 2 days with the Partner Success Days. Yeah, a little bit about myself, Ruben. I work for Sana 10 years. Started on the sales side of things, and basically have grown with the company to my role now, which is responsibility for Europe and APAC business.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And so I've known Sana for a long time.
Yes.
We were talking
Yeah.
last night over a couple of drinks about the history of Sana.
Yeah.
But I think today let's concentrate on the future. So obviously Sana are a world-leading e-commerce platform, and as just been seen by Gartner. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Really cool news.
I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
So when you think of e-commerce in 2023, moving forward, clearly everybody's shopping online. I know I do, and I'm very sure my wife does. So what do you see the future holding?
Ooh, that's a big question, right? Maybe, but it's a good question, especially going into this new year now, 2023. Maybe, first of all, a little bit about what we do. If the people don't know, we provide e-commerce software to B2B businesses, so manufacturers, wholesalers, distributors in the market that want to do business online with their customers and with our software. Which is completely integrated into the customer's ERP system of Microsoft Dynamics and also SAP. They can basically do business with their customers online through our software. So that's a little bit what we do. And yeah, I would say when I look into 2023, it's I think it's been challenging years, right? Last years with rising inflation in many markets across the globe. Energy crisis in Europe, for example, for manufacturers, quite some challenging times there with, of course, electricity costs as one of the key cost components for their business. On the other hand, scarcity of personnel and resources that we see as one of the challenges. So a lot of challenges that these businesses face, and I think 2023 the focus will therefore be on becoming more efficient within companies. Of course, looking at the cost side of things, cutting costs, total cost of ownership, for example, when you take a look at software and the application investments that company do, and also the maintenance of these applications. And I would say at the same time, I also hope, but I also think that the focus will also be on driving revenue, right? And driving business successfully, because only looking at the cost side would not be good. And well, I think when you look at e-commerce, when done in the right way, as we believe it, we can help, or e-commerce can help businesses with both of these things. Right? Because if you do e-commerce well, you can basically become more smooth in your operations. You can cut costs there. A lot of manual work, very labor intensive still, as we see it, how e-commerce is done nowadays. So you can focus on that cost side, and at the same time, of course, with e-commerce, I would say you can drive revenues, right? With your existing customers, with maybe going into new markets, new customers. So I think with those key components in 2023, especially for B2B businesses, that will all be about that, I would say, in this year.
Yeah, I
Does it
think
make sense?
it definitely makes sense. I think one of the things I've taken away from the
Yeah.
last 2 days
Yeah.
is really the ease of making it easy for their end customer
Yeah.
and your partners, but also
Right.
more specifically your end customers to be able to use the tool.
Yeah.
They're able to offer services to their end customers that would have been very difficult before.
Yeah.
I've just sat through a presentation on SanaPay
Yeah.
As an example.
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I know you're very proud of.
Yeah.
You know, and the ability to offer things that, and I hate to bring up Amazon, but you
Yeah,
know, they're
no, of
kind
course.
of an obvious one
Yeah, of
where
course.
that wouldn't have to do that level of service that Amazon offer would have been very hard. So
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely, and that's well, exactly as you say, right? That's what we always say. Like in B2B, the consumers are also in B2B, right?
Yeah.
Because the purchasing manager is also at home ordering some new stuff for his kids, for example, right? So, so this whole B2C experience, Amazon, other platforms, they take this. Let's say ease of do business in an online way, they take this with them when they go into their business side. So we see there are similar expectations on the B2B side. But at the same time, we see that with B2B e-commerce, it doesn't provide, it's not up to that level yet, as it is with B2C. And yeah, we think that it's crucial to basically focus on the ease of business also in B2B. And when you do that in the right way, you can provide that same experience. Although B2B is different, of course, in still in ways than B2C, but at least in terms of customer experience, you can provide that experience if you do it in the right way.
Yeah, and the other thing I thought was really interesting was the using Sana as a platform.
Yeah.
So being able to integrate with ISVs.
Yes.
So there's some PIM stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
The CPQ stuff. I was really impressed by CPQ, which is a great acronym in itself, but also with 3D modeling.
Yeah.
To be able to, again, that next generation of online e-commerce was something that I haven't really seen before.
Yeah, definitely. And that is, well, the ecosystem is big, right? In e-commerce, you have payments, you have logistics, you have configuration of products with CPQ, you have how to manage product information in the right way, so with PIM solutions. So it's quite a landscape, you could say. And I think working with our partners, that's also why we held these partner days this week here in Rotterdam with our European partners, is they can play a crucial role in this IT landscape, right? And they do play it, and that's why we work together with them, because we provide e-commerce, but they provide basically the full stack. They have the overview, and they can help their clients to say, okay, what has the priority, and how is that all going to work together. And what we do from a Sana perspective is to make sure that we have a SaaS solution, right? So that has no customizations in the core anymore, and that is extensible, so we can fit well into that landscape, into that IT landscape, and that it really supports the business with that.
So partners that may be looking to offer e-commerce to their customers, and maybe it's something they haven't done before. Clearly, I would recommend they work with Sana.
Yeah.
But what would you give? What would be the tips that you would give those partners to be able to access this growing, incredible market for them to offer their customers?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a huge opportunity, right? And again, speaking about the challenges also in 2023, e-commerce, I would say, is one of the key drivers of revenue, of course, and also on the cost side to make sure that you become more efficient and work on that. So for partners, it's a huge opportunity. And when they're looking into it, I think it starts with their customers, right? Well, where are our customers in what are their main challenges, in which industries and verticals are they active, and how can e-commerce play a role there? And we can, of course, help in those conversations. We have a lot of course, experience now with e-commerce in all these markets and countries across the globe. Yeah, and then it's a matter of making sure when we know what their customer profile is and how e-commerce can help, that we make a joint proposition. And that's where we want to work with partners to develop this proposition together, and then go to market together to grasp this opportunity and to help these businesses.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much. It's been great to spend some time with you the last couple of days.
No, it was really cool.
And I would like to recommend anybody to reach out to Sana if you're interested in becoming a partner. I've personally been working with Sana now I was trying to work it out yesterday. I think it's about 15 years. So
well, that's how long we exist. So that's from the start.
Yeah,
so that is really cool.
Yeah, we've there's been a lot of miles. So
thanks for your partnership.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And there we go, my conversation with Ruben. Just to re-emphasize, to thank the team at Sana for the last couple of days for having me. It's been really interesting spending time with them and their partner ecosystem. Like I said, if you're interested in speaking to Sana, I have been working with them a long time. They're a really good bunch of people, just really easy to work with, which means a lot to me personally. So feel free to reach out to Sana Commerce. But with that, I just want to thank everybody who joined today. I know it's a slightly different format. The next one will be back to normal. And actually the next one is definitely one, if you are a frequent viewer, you really should watch. That one may well end up being chaos. But anyway, we will see. With that, I just want to thank everybody again. Have a great rest of your week. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thank you.